going on YouTube? Adachi here, taking a look at PANDOLAND. This one is a real interesting one. This is developed by Game Freak of Pokemon fame, as well as Wonder Planet, who developed Crash Fever, may it rest in peace. Or at least as far as we know, it's at least published by Wonder Planet. This is a casual naval exploration game with a few twists, and as it's a little open and not quite as formulaic as other gachas, I might miss a couple of things, bear with me. This was also a challenge as I couldn't just grind out all of my information since the stamina system in this game is very stingy, hence why I called it casual. You have 80 total stamina, 1 refills every 6 minutes, and outside of some tiny explorations you can do to discover some new stuff to unlock and story stages cost 30 stamina, which is kind of insane. So what is PANDOLAND all about? You're assembling a team to explore uncharted territories, and how else would you do that? Well, of course you gotta whoop everything's ass. Stages play out by bringing a team of up to 5 units. These are gathered from the gacha as well as the main gimmick of the game, which is a chance to recruit everything you smack around. This ranges from demons to the latest issue of Famitsu. Stages are very short, you just walk up the map and stand still for your team to start smacking stuff. Each character also has a skill with a cooldown, and after doing enough of them you can do a screen attacking ult. The skills range from buffs, heals, and just some damage in different attacking patterns. The game really reminds me of an older spin-off series, Pokemon Rumble, if you remember those. Most of where you'll spend your time is just on the world screen, which is a pretty neat thing to look around at. It seems that all creatures have different habitats and RNG on whether or not they'll show up for you. There are story stages, various stages with a specified creature or item, some varying spots you can go into to explore down this clue chain to help pinpoint a resource you would prefer to spawn. This could be a boss or the XP creatures. You'll also see random players around on the map. These aren't real time, as I've seen the same players repeatedly, even ones a way higher level than me just sailing around, but it is still really neat to see. Gives the map a lot more life. You can also challenge any of these players to a mock PvP battle, which, yeah, there's PvP, so why not just get into the gacha? There is indeed a gacha, and there are a lot of characters that are exclusive to it. Currently there's a paid-only banner, a standard banner, and the ad gacha, where you can watch 3 ads a day for 3 summons. Yes, there's ads. We'll get into that later. So the rates are 5% for the highest rarity. In the standard banner, which is the only one you can really currently pull in without spending, you can select 5 rate-up units out of the pool. When you pull an SR, it will be one of the picked ones, but if you have an unpicked slot, it'll split that rate evenly between the rest of the pool. Characters can also be shiny if you're familiar with Pokemon, which is just a different colored variant of the same character. Not sure if you can actually pull these, but you can randomly come across them in gameplay. After 60 pulls, you get a ticket to guarantee 1 SR. Overall, the gacha system is pretty nice, but from my experience so far, there's hardly a new player experience. Pulls seem pretty scarce, and the entire time I was tempted to just burn my gems on stamina refreshes instead so I can actually play the game. Going over character progression, they have a star rank from 1 to 5. Most important is that they get a leader skill at 3 stars, and at 4 stars they can now be found in their habitats in the overworld to farm dupes. I assume this is pretty rare, but is a nice feature for the gacha characters, especially the SRs, so you don't have to pull their dupes. Outside of this, the upgrade system is very old school. You can feed units into your team to level them, and there are specific books that are meant to be fed for XP. Likewise, when it comes to starring up characters, you have to feed same star dupes, which increase as you rank up. Think of Epic 7 system if they still do that. Items that you put on your team are pretty much the same, but so far are all just obtained in-game. One of your biggest power boosts is going to be idle coded. It's the Explo power. You get stars for obtaining characters and items for the first time, as well as reaching the different star ranks for them. The last game mode so far is PvP. I say so far because of stamina, but also this game is not easy. I'm really not sure how they wanted new players to progress, as at no point will you ever feel like your team is strong. So after about 4 days of playing when my stamina allows me to, I've made it to 2-7. I guarantee I'm not playing in the absolute best way, but it'd be odd for the devs to assume everyone was anyway. So yeah, the PvP arena is the last thing I've unlocked. You can do up to 5 matches a day in here, or you can challenge randoms on the map and friends to friendly duels. These are all completely auto, so it's strictly progress and team building, or you know, a whale's wet dream. The arena has rank seasons that last a week and rotate a boosted element each week in order. You'll compete for gems and arena coins, which can be used in the arena shop. Currently the game is bugged on emulator, so I can't show footage of any of the shops. The arena shop has generic 2-star and 3-star dupes for characters and items, as well as high rarity XP fodder and coins. Without seeing more, I have to assume PvP is the meat of the content, which doesn't bode well for free-to-play players. Speaking of, let's look at everything else on the home screen. From the top, there is the Miles button, which is also bugged on emulator, but this is basically a battle pass that is based off how much stamina consumed. It caps out on 12k stamina. I'll let you do the math if you'd like to find out how much is possible to burn in a single day. There are 3 reward tracks, one free, one that costs $7, and one that is $20 US. These are separate as well, so you have to buy each track. On the right of our home screen we have Index, which is a glossary of items and characters. There's also this challenge button that will reward you for obtaining different silhouetted stuff. Area List just lets you more quickly jump to the different regions. Challenge is a current limited event type deal that opens up new missions to complete each day and gives you rewards. The most egregious part of this is that each day gives you a new mission of watching 10 ads. Watching ads as a mission is insane to me, but the game really wants to throw ads at you every chance it gets. I brought them up a few times, so I'll just say now that you can skip them all permanently for rewards by spending $10. I'm not advocating anybody actually do it, but I really can't imagine telling anyone to play this game without buying it. It's that bad. You'll also get limited time ads for packs that get these nice big icons on the right, even more idle game inspired. So overall, I think it's a damn shame. The game has a lot of charm, and I think it could even be a fun casual thing to play here and there. But with how stamina works, this means to get the most out of the game, you really have to micromanage stamina, which in 2025 is a death sentence in my opinion. Nobody wants to log in repeatedly throughout the day for one game that they barely play. Then the ads, I kind of glazed over the in-game shop partially because it's bugged on emulator, but there's plenty of packs in there, including another permanent reward pass that gives you XP and gems daily. Next to that, I will count that there are 11 daily ads I can click in there for rewards, as well as 1 weekly ad reward and 1 monthly. I'm not sure where else they are hidden besides Gacha, but I've also run into being asked to watch an ad to reroll the final results of one of my expeditions. You can do these stages for 1 stamina and go down this RNG list to try and farm a character or item you want specifically, and at the end you can watch an ad to reroll it once if you don't like the results. Like holy shit, it's infested. So if it wasn't very clear, I highly recommend that nobody play this. No matter how charming it looks, Pandoland is greedy, archaic, and out of touch. Unless you have that common problem just having way too much money to spend, but even so you'll probably just be playing against nothing but other whales in a month. Thanks everybody for watching this far. If you did, let me know what you think of Pandoland or how you discovered it. I feel like this one kind of flew under the radar despite having a pretty big name behind it. As always, like, dislike, subscribe, or don't. See ya!